Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our virtual Sunday worship service at the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of York. I am Donna Alcorn, and I will be leading our service this morning. Our Zoom technology is being hosted by Deb Lord. Robert Fulton, along with Doug Hober, will be our co-host. Today, our service is dedicated to our ongoing efforts to lean towards hope during these troubling times. Now and again, just a little extra comfort keeps us from turning our backs on that hope. This Sunday, we are pleased to share with you some special music. You probably recognize the flute sounds offered by Robert as we viewed some images from our campus, our outdoor sanctuary. Avery Clark and Gretchen Decker offer two songs that are sure to strike a chord in your soul. We also have a recording of the congregation singing a hymn not so long ago. And so we come together again this morning for worship and fellowship as we greet friends and visitors alike. In keeping with our Unitarian Universalist tradition, we light a chalice as we begin our service, and we invite you to light a candle at home as well. I'm going to light my candle, my chalice. For you. Our chalice words today were written by Jan Richardson. Blessed are you who bear the light in unbearable times, who testify to its endurance amid the unendurable, who bear witness to its persistence when everything seems in shadow and grief. Blessed are you in whom the light lives, in whom the brightness blazes, your heart a chapel, an altar where in the deepest night can be seen the fire that shines forth in you, in accountable faith, in stubborn hope, in love that illumines every broken thing it finds. Our first hymn today is number 146, Soon the Day Will Arrive. At this time in our service, we pause and ask you to make a contribution to our Sunday offering. Our offering not only helps to support the work of the congregation, it helps to support our current Share the Plate partner, UU Plan. Information about ways to contribute online were included in the e-blast about this service. It is also on our website under the menu, Give. We give thanks for the many blessings we have each received in our lives, and we acknowledge the generosity of spirit expressed through this offering. May we use these gifts wisely and well. So today, for Matters of the Heart, we invite you to click on your chat button and type in your joys and concerns. I will read them aloud so those just listening can also hear. We hold these joys and concerns within and beyond our community, as well as those joys and concerns not spoken, but remain close to the heart. May we make room throughout the week to connect and check in with one another. So this morning's homily will be shaped by the brief stories of individuals inspired to share lived and or moments of comfort and hope experienced during these changing times. We ask that you refrain from using the chat during the homily. Anyone who wishes to speak will be able to unmute themselves to speak. I will sound a chime after each sharing to allow us to pause before the next person speaks. So we will begin with a deepening meditation. I encourage you to get comfortable in your chair, feel your feet gently resting upon the floor as we begin to weave a sacred space and expand a field of grace around us. I ask that you draw your attention to your breath as you breathe in the spirit of life and slowly exhale, following the natural rhythm of your breathing, breathing in and breathing out. Gently breathing in and out. To embody the breath of life, you can begin to move your hands out as you breathe in and move them back together as you breathe out. Allowing your hands to be guided by the rhythm of your breathing. Now slowly moving your hands over your heart. Feel the breath rising from the center of your chest, filling and flowing through your heart. And from this place, as Spirit calls, you are invited to unmute yourself to speak.
Good morning. This is Kathy.
Hi, Kat.
Can you hear me? Am I coming
Yep.
through?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I just I don't know that I have like a whole story to tell, but I just wanted to talk about some of the things that are helping Lynn and I to have hope and to hang in there through all of this. We've been taking walks, mostly on weekends. Probably some of you have seen the pictures out on Facebook. And if you don't like them, don't look. But we've been trying to take you along on hikes with us. And just for me, taking a lot of pictures of things that I think are beautiful has been very helpful. I'm touched by things like this, just reaching out and sharing with each other. And I took an online poetry class, and that was very meaningful. I feel like in this time we can maybe do some things that we haven't had time to do before, you know, with our running around and busyness. So I'd like to share what I wrote. I think it's relevant here. I know you're feeling uncertain. Your world is unrecognizable in its new cloak, but have faith. Rejoice to see the birds and squirrels and rabbits the same as always. And you and I gaze up at the same sky. And the other thing that helps, I think, is just writing down things that inspire you that you might get from all kinds of sources, even Facebook and Instagram. But there were a couple that I wrote down that sometimes you need to let go of the picture of what you thought life would be like and learn to find joy in the story you're living. And the other one, when you can't control what's happening, challenge yourself to control the way you respond to what's happening. And that's where your power is. So, okay, that's enough for me this morning. Time to hear from you.
So can I talk?
Sure.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. When I first saw the theme for today, I thought, well, this doesn't really apply to me because I'm one of the lucky ones. I'm retired and my financial situation is stable. But I saw a workshop at the virtual GA on gratitude. And so that's what I think of. I think of all the things that I'm thankful for. And not just for myself. This workshop was about gratitude as a spiritual practice. First of all, bringing it down to earth, this morning I walked to beat the heat this afternoon, and I walked, my path brought me through the church. So for those of you who haven't been there for a while, it's still there. And it's particularly beautiful right now because between the mowers taking care of the grounds and Mother Nature giving us the rain recently, everything is nice and green. The gardens are doing very well and they're very swollen. It's still there. I was also reminded, although the traffic has come back somewhat, in the early days of the isolation, when there was no traffic, how you could hear so many birds singing. Maybe they were always there and we just couldn't hear them. Or maybe they were intimidated somewhat by the traffic. I don't know, but that was another thing that came to mind. And I just want to say, I always think in terms of every day doing something physical, doing something for my mind, doing something spiritual. If nothing else, walk. And reading is to the mind what exercise is to the body. That quote was from somewhere. I was fortunate that my sister let me the book for this time, A Gentleman in Moscow. And at the very beginning of the book is this old aristocrat who's on trial with the Bolsheviks, but he was a very popular guy anyway. So they, instead of shooting him, they condemned him to, they quarantined him so he couldn't leave this particular hotel that he lived in Moscow. So it's a great book, and it goes on to, obviously a hotel is a little bigger than a home, but it goes on to how many different experiences he can have within that hotel. I guess that's enough for me. Thanks.
I'd like to share, if you can hear me. This is Janelle. Good morning, everyone. I've missed you all. And I've been getting out in nature as much as possible. I really find hope in the simplicity of nature. While it can be very diverse and complex, it's also very grounding and brings me a lot of peace, especially with all of the suffering that is being highlighted during these times. More recently, I've gotten to enjoy some of our beautiful local parks, and like Kathleen, if you see my pictures on Facebook, there's a lot of really beautiful flowers in bloom, and along with that, I have found an opportunity to talk to really nice people that are also visiting the parks. Of course, a socially distanced conversation, and people, whereas before maybe would have not been there or have been distracted and not interested in conversation. And so while I've been visiting these opportunities for nature, I've also gotten blessed with this great opportunity to share in space and peace and dialogue with people that appreciate nature as well. I was pleasantly surprised to run into Connie at Lake Williams and get to meet her dogs, and that really felt like I was home, you know, that this is a community that we all share when you see people that you know and you're familiar with. And I'm just so grateful to have this community, especially during this time, but also returning to the York area, it's given me a lot of hope. Being a part of some online groups that are working towards equity and racial justice, despite the challenges, showing perseverance and putting in the effort and the love that's needed to spread goodness. And I'm also looking for others out there that might enjoy kayaking as much as I do. Because I'm blessed at this time with the ability to work from home, I have been enjoying some early morning kayaking in our local lakes, and I'm so grateful that Lake Williams is full of water again for this time. And so there are a lot of ways I have found hope and joy, while also trying to make space and provide love for those that are going through an especially difficult time right now. Well, I wish you all the same, and thank you for being a part of this community.
Can I speak? Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to add that it was great seeing Janelle yesterday, and also Kathy and Lynn were there too. And my dogs had a really good time. And then they got baths afterwards, so for them it went downhill after that. Anyway, I think one of the things that gives me comfort is kind of being in a routine. You know, like I don't deviate too much from a routine. And I like things to be organized, and it gives me comfort. It clears my head a little bit more. And, you know, I do know that even though a lot of times I'm doing the same thing day after day, things change a little bit each day. You know, each day my son gets a little bit closer to graduating from high school. You know, each day I get a little bit closer to retirement. Things like that, you know, and enjoy the little things, you know, like some of the little things that my dogs do and that my son does. Friends of mine and family do. Yeah, that brings me some comfort. That's all I have to say right now. Thank you.
Can I say something? Okay, so I'd like to say that, oh gosh, that's a really close camera. I'd like to say that I'm really thankful and has brought me hope. I think my colleagues at work, as well as my family. Colleague-wise, you know, we started with all this COVID and didn't have masks and we didn't have gloves and we didn't have, you know, like we were low on everything and we had to figure things out. We had to figure out how to take care of patients, and we had to figure out, you know, I work downtown essentially. We have a lot of the underserved population, and trying to have people who don't have internet and can't always do the video visits, or are 94 years old and may not know how to do a video visit or what is an app. And our staff really, really came together to kind of walk everybody through it, our patients, and we also were there for each other in that. And really just every step of the way have been a family supporting each other in a lot of uncertainty. So I think that has always brought me hope. And then my family, you know, after I've had a tough day or all the uncertainty going on with schools and, you know, childcare and, you know, having a partner I can count on and have here while I'm trying to do the rest of it at work has been something that has given me a lot of hope. And that's it. Thank you.
Hi, it's Pat and Jim. Well, as much as I enjoyed the change of the seasons, everybody's described with the flowers and the trees. But I've also gotten a lot of comfort from the internet over the last few months. The first thing being I have 4 grandchildren, 2 in Colorado. My oldest is 10, and her folks just got her a Google number so she can message. So we've been messaging. She doesn't have a phone. But that, because they've been home from school, I've gotten to know my grandchildren better on a daily basis. She sends me pictures of how she dyed the tips of her hair red and her vegetable garden. And we share girl stuff that, you know, is special with a grandmother and a granddaughter. So that's been amazing. And the other thing that has, I imagine a lot of you have watched Hamilton. 2 weeks ago, it came out on Disney Plus. Lin-Manuel Miranda, yeah, Donna, it was great. Jim and I watched it twice, once with subtitles so we could understand the music. And then that led me to a show on Disney Plus that's from the Columbus Zoo. 3 seasons of Secrets of the Columbus Zoo, and it's all behind the scenes with the animals. They get sick or they try to you know, mate them, and fascinating stuff. And it's been so calming for me and comforting to watch and get involved in these animals and the love and the care and the vets, and just get a different perspective. You know, the world is going on. We're not the only ones on this planet, and I recommend it. So that was my internet comfort. Yeah, thanks.
Hey Donna, this is Deb Gagniat. Good morning, everybody. Miss you. I just loved what everyone's been saying and wanted to share just a little something, and that is that it's been great to see more of my neighbors. And they're all walking the neighborhood. We have a great neighborhood. I'm right by York Hospital, and just lots of people are walking. I'm out working in the garden and watering the flowers at night. And it's just been so incredible to have these conversations, and except when it goes into politics. But other than that, it's been really great. And it just makes me appreciate the strangers that live near you that care. And I miss my church community.
I'll go. Hi, everybody. So good to see you and talk today. I'm actually leading next week's service called Hope is a Thing with Feathers. So I don't want to talk about hope today, but I do want to talk about comfort. A few weeks into the pandemic and the shutdown, some of my clients from around the world joined me in some Zoom dancing. And it kind of was awkward at first to be dancing with a bunch of different people on the computer, but it's now become a twice a week ritual that has really brought me so much comfort, especially now that the heat is so intense and getting out and walking doesn't feel quite as good. I have found that this is a really amazing exercise and joy practice that I get, and connection, because we dance together and then we journal together. And I love it so much that now I find that even when I'm not meeting up with them, I'm turning on the music really loudly in my office and just dancing whenever I feel frustrated or angry or upset. It's really become a bit of a spiritual practice for me during this time. And it's just, there's so many ways to let out all of your frustrations and feelings, and through music and through that embodied practice. So that's been really fun. So if anybody wants to Zoom dance with me at any point, just send me a message and I'll organize it. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. And now a musical interlude with Avery and Gretchen. Comfort Me.
Comfort me, comfort me, comfort me, oh my soul. Comfort me, comfort me, comfort me, oh my soul. Sing with me, sing with me, sing with me, oh my soul. Sing with me, sing with me, sing with me, oh my soul. Speak for me, speak for me, speak for me, oh my soul. Speak for me, speak for me, speak for me, oh my soul. with me, oh my soul. Comfort me, comfort me, comfort me, oh my soul. Comfort me, comfort me, comfort me, oh my soul.
Our closing words for this morning are written by Maureen Killoran. No matter how weak or frightened we may feel, we each have gifts that can make a difference in the world. In the coming week, may you do at least one thing to support the broken, to welcome the stranger, to celebrate what is worthy, to do the work of justice and love. Be strong, be connected. Each day, act so you may be a little more whole. Please join me in reciting the extinguishing of the chalice words. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Our postlude this morning is Safe Passage with Avery and Gretchen. We are so glad that you chose to spend this time with us this morning, and we welcome everyone to stay after the postlude for our virtual coffee time. Be well.
May you have safe passage, safe passage, safe passage, safe passage on your way, safe passage on your way, brother, safe passage on your way, sister, safe passage on your way, sweet children, safe passage on your way. May you have safe passage, safe passage, safe passage, safe passage on your way, safe passage on your way, brother, safe passage on your way, sister, safe passage on your way, sweet children, safe passage on your way, safe passage on your way, safe passage. Oh.